Okay, let's just get right into it. What if I told you that in just the last 12 hours, the entire gaming industry was shaken to its very core? I'm not exaggerating. A single day has produced a genuine earthquake, sending out shockwaves that are fundamentally changing the games we play and, just as importantly, the hardware we play them on.
And see, this isn't just one big story. It's 6. Seriously, any one of these could have dominated the news for a week, but they all happened at once. So in this explainer, we're going to break down this chaos, make sense of it, and show you how it all connects. All right, let's get into it. And we have to start with Sony, a company that somehow on the same day managed to deliver both the best and, you could argue, the worst news of the year. It's created this bizarre and really confusing paradox for gamers everywhere. So just imagine waking up this morning to find a brand new God of War game. Not announced, not coming soon, but available to download right now. That is exactly what Sony did. Sons of Sparta, a totally stunning 2D prequel with this unique Greek pottery art style, was just dropped on the PS5. The reaction? It was so overwhelmingly positive, so massive, that PlayStation's servers actually buckled under the demand. And the kicker? They also confirmed a full remake of the original trilogy is on the way. Just wow. Now, to really get how insane this is, we need to talk about what a shadow drop actually is. It's when a game is released with zero prior announcement, no marketing, no pre-orders, nothing. It's a tactic you usually see for small indie games, right? To do this with a franchise as absolutely colossal as God of War, it's an unprecedented, legendary power move.
But while PlayStation fans were celebrating this amazing moment, a seriously dark cloud was forming. On the exact same day, Sony delivered news that sent a chill through the entire development community and left a lot of people just completely heartbroken. And this right here illustrates the contradiction perfectly. On one hand, you have the triumphant surprise release of a new God of War. On the other, the permanent shutdown of Bluepoint Games, the universally acclaimed studio behind the masterful remakes of Demon's Souls and Shadow of the Colossus. So the real question is, how can one company be responsible for such a glorious high and such a crushing low all at once?
And hey, we're not the only ones scratching our heads. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier called it one of Sony's strangest decisions in recent memory. And you can see why. Bluepoint never shipped a bad game. They never missed a deadline. Their closure points to a bigger, more ruthless trend in the industry, what analysts are starting to call ruthless optimization, where even proven creative genius can be sacrificed for the bottom line. All right, let's move on to our next big signal, because this is where things start to connect. There's another force reshaping everything: artificial intelligence. It's quickly becoming a new god in the industry, one that's capable of both incredible creation and, well, massive destruction. So let's break down how NVIDIA's new DLSS 4.5 technology works, because this stuff is borderline magic. First, your graphics card renders just one single frame of a game. Just one. Then, a powerful AI model predicts and literally generates 6 brand new frames out of thin air. The result? A game that was running at 30 frames per second is suddenly screaming along at over 180. It's pure software wizardry.
But you know how it goes, right? This kind of leap in performance seems almost too good to be true. And as it turns out, it comes with a massive, industry-crippling cost that goes way beyond the price of a graphics card. So, what is it?
Well, the answer is painfully simple economics. The companies that make the memory chips for our gaming hardware also make these specialized chips for AI data centers. And as you can see here, they can make 10 times more profit from a single AI server chip than they can from a gaming chip. So when manufacturers have to choose, well, the answer is kind of a no-brainer for them.
And this isn't some abstract problem, it is directly affecting all of us. The PlayStation 6? It's now likely delayed until at least 2028 because of this. Trying to build a PC? Good luck. RAM prices have jumped 25% in just 2 months. Even the Steam Deck OLED and the new Nintendo Switch 2 are facing inventory shortages. The AI boom is actively starving the gaming hardware market.
So with all this chaos, these corporate contradictions, and AI-driven shortages, where are the battles for our attention being fought right now? Believe me, the console war isn't over. It's just found some new, really interesting fronts. And the biggest new battlefield revolves around this one number, 17.3 million. That's how many Nintendo Switch 2 consoles have been sold in just its first 7 months. That is absolutely record-shattering. This makes it the critical platform where the next big battles are all going to take place. So let's look at the battles taking shape on these new fronts. You've got Fallout 4 coming to the Switch 2, which is going to be the console's first true hardware test. You have Resident Evil Requiem on the PS5 Pro, featuring a terrifying new AI where the zombies actually learn from your behavior. And maybe most shocking of all, you have Indiana Jones, a massive Microsoft exclusive, launching on a Nintendo console. The old rules just don't apply anymore.
Which brings us right back to where we started. We've seen incredible innovation in a surprise God of War and AI-generated graphics. But we've also seen this ruthless efficiency in the closure of a beloved studio and an AI-fueled hardware crisis. It leaves us with one final big question. In this new era of soaring highs and brutal lows, who actually wins? The company, the technology, or the player?